Hi, it's Darby here, and I know it's been a while since I've posted anything. It's because there's a lot that's been going on. I took my trip to Minnesota and had an amazing experience. So much packed full of just visiting different museums, historical societies, historical locations. Guys, I got to go onto Yellow Medicine where Sarah Wakefield lived and be like stand in the on the ground where her house was and look around me and get to see what she saw because it's protected prairie. And despite it being on like a top of a hill, you can't see far off in the distance and it feels almost like an island. And I just, to be able to get to sense that and to know what maybe she was feeling, the isolation she was feeling, it's things like that that you can't experience by reading books. The presence that I felt at the Lower Sioux Agency when I walked into the Traders Agency, I just felt this enormous weight settle on my shoulders and this sadness just come over me, thinking of where the Dakota were sitting on this bench waiting for their food, and how embarrassing that must have been. And I felt their energy, and I was truly grateful to get to experience that. And I had a wonderful guide. Mr. Dwayne Whipple has been an amazing mentor, helping me with my research and taking time out of his day to take me on a tour of the Lower Sioux Agency. I am extremely grateful to him, and to everyone that opened up their doors to me and their knowledge to me. And I had a Dakota man from the Lower Sioux Agency who sang and played on his drum just on the spot, just generously gave that to me. I didn't even ask for it. He just gave it to me. So that was is incredibly inspiring. There's a lot of information too that I'm trying to like still receive from it, and that got me thinking about listening and how important it is to just sit and to listen. And I've also been reading The Artist's Way. I don't know if I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with it. I'm reading it for the first time. It's by Julia Cameron. This one right here, Artist's Way. That's really good. Anyway, but something that really struck me about what I've read so far is viewing writing as eavesdropping versus writing as inventing a nuclear bomb. And I've really promised myself that I will show up at the page and write down what I hear. But it also made me think about the things that maybe I shouldn't be listening to. Recently at my job, I am a waiter. One of my tables noticed my earrings, and I told him that I purchased them at the Medewa Kantuan Wachipi in Shakopee, and that the eagle feather is one of the most valuable items for Dakota. And so I purchased these as, a memory of my trip. And he scoffed at me and said, how funny that is. It's like as if you were a Nazi and you years later were buying like Jewish stars and wearing them on your ears. And it really surprised me and took me aback. And being a server, like, you're not allowed to really express your opinion to your customers, even though you really want to. So I didn't really say much, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. I see what you're saying, but I didn't really stand up for myself. And what I wanted to say and couldn't say, and have had the time to think about it, is like, yes, I understand what you're saying, and that this, like, the whites, the Europeans coming into this country and like demolishing a lot of the Native Americans and not thinking twice about them as a culture and them as a people. I totally understand that. But that's not why I wear these. I wear these as one, a memory of my amazing experience that I had in Minnesota and all the people that have helped me. But also two, as a promise to myself and a promise to the Dakota people and to the white settlers that their story will be told. That it's not really out there. There were some people in Minnesota that were familiar with it, but a lot that were not. And it's a promise to myself and a promise to them that I will speak this story. I will show up at the page. I will listen to them and not to people that are somewhat ignorant and just judgmental. And I will show up to the page for them. I will listen and I will put it down. And I will let their voices be heard. As cheesy and as overused as that phrase is, that is what I am doing, and that is what I promise to do. So that's where I am right now, guys, and thank you for listening, and have a good day. Bye.